Um, so I made some changes from last time. I cut the Ragavans because they were super underperforming. We're playing two Ajani, two Bolts, which I think is like a fine place to start. Was thinking about I had a Kataki since we lost to Affinity super duper hard. Via Peer mod for Mom, which will be. I could have swore you were already Via Peer mod. But let's do some updated Boros. Again, this was the breakout deck in our paper playtesting with Dingo. The deck went 12 and 0. 12 and 0, and obviously was running pretty hot and kind of an unrefined gauntlet, but it was being super, super good in paper playtesting. Still on 22 lands. It's like if I was going to cut a land, I would cut the look at top 5 for historic cards. So I think you just keep in Monumental Henge instead. You just have like that mana sink. What about removing Boom Bust and playing some Offset Pride instead? So the thing is, if you cut Boom Bust from this deck, you are going to just almost auto lose to any big mana in combo deck game 1. You just auto lose almost. Which is not where I'd like to be. I would like to keep this hand though. Up against Nikachu, cool. I wonder what Nikachu's playing. Do you really think Phlage is good at Modern? Yeah, I do think that. Yeah, I've played a lot with and against Phlage, and Phlage is it's a playable Modern card. Yeah, I think it's been good. Is it Kataki awkward with artifact lands? No, because if you board in Kataki against Affinity, you don't need to give a shit. You're just gonna win. So I'm a little bit worried about a second Tide Shaper, but I guess I'm still just playing this in turn 1. Jolted Awake. Is that the Unearth? I think the card's playable. It's a little bit weird in this list. I think you kind of need to play Mishra's Bauble with it, so it's just maybe different. 75. We'll go for a Johnny here. Meltdown not playable against Affinity because of the 7 drops. It's also like bad hit off Raptor, while Kataki is a really good hit off Raptor. And I think Kataki is just maybe better overall. But it's a convo. So looking for a red source. I guess this technically is a red source, so this is a little weird, but I don't know if I'm destroying my own bridge or the Henge. I think I'm gonna go for the Henge, just because like the bridge is so important to be in play for Boom Bust and stuff. Like I could just like kill this Tide Shaper next turn with my Discharge, and then cast a Raptor possibly. Maybe could have attacked here. I think it's okay to not. Sylvoon. So that makes killing this Tide Shaper a little bit more awkward, but I don't have to. I can also just go Guide of Souls into Raptor, maybe. Although it'd be pretty bad if I hit a removal spell off Raptor and everything has Ward 1, although I guess I get static and get this. Oh, I forgot about the Dock Hand. Alright, just gonna cast a Raptor. Oh, shoot. So I guess, I mean, I can just get the energy, but can't target anything. Bit awkward. These have Ward and this has Indestructible. Guess I can attack with my Phantom. Target my thing. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's +4 energy. Thank you, Simon. Welcome, Mom, with the VIP. Scruffy with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. It says unable to add VIP. That we may have hit our last VIP. Nope, worked. Watts, Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Oh, sorry. I thought I realized the Mox Field was out of date. The Cattle Pariah. It's Spelling Bee. The cattle is, there's no Y, right? Any. So I want to try to flip. I mean, Nikachu's representing the Flash Lord. Probably just can't beat that card. Does not seem very beatable here. Okay, doesn't seem to have it, which is good news. We get to flip a Johnny also. Second main phase master, probably drawn off the Sylvoon. And then I think, yeah, if my opponent does this, I think I just discharge the Tide Shaper. Which is not, you know, super ideal. But I can pay for the ward, and then I can kill this, and then I can double spell this turn. If I draw a White Source and White Orchid Phantom to ramp, that could be kind of nice. They draw a White Source. So now I kind of have this first strike wall in play, which seems kind of good. Oh, right. I also have this red permanent in play. Have to target my opponent, but I get to deal them 4 with the Ajani 0. I've only been playing this in mono white so far, so yeah. Now I guess with that 4-point swing, we're just gonna try to race pretty hard. So we also have Guide of Souls for the flying next turn. Killing Mutavault seemed okay. Yeah, I think I just wanted to unlock my mana a little bit. Okay, Ajani seems like a nice include. Can maybe end up playing more than 2. Second Lord. I think Nikachu's maybe gonna die on the Vexing. I mean, Nikachu kind of has to kill the Ajani is one big thing. Guidance Amulet kills him. You'll see. Because I'm gonna have this will be 4. I think it may be like 2 points short. Oh, Nikachu just ignoring Ajani. Okay, you're probably dead. So we might as well Amulet a couple times first. Or Amulet tap. Found a Galvanic Discharge. So I could remove a blocker, but I guess I could remove both blockers maybe. It's also an extra point of damage. But the blocker doesn't really matter that much because I'm going to give one of my things flying. I like the spiciness of Essence Reliquary. If Johnny is feeling good, couldn't you swap that for 3rd Johnny? Could, yeah. It's my first game with a Johnny. But also, Essence Reliquary has been good. It's not like that's been a card that's been particularly underperforming, I think. But you could play it. Just the red permanent clause on a Johnny is obviously really, really, really nice. Okay, kind of pre-boarded for these matchups. I think it's running it back. Could maybe play a flute over a boom. It's probably okay. Can name a Mutavault or a Vial. Yeah, after that game, I'm certainly open to play more Johnnies. Don't have to play these bolts, but I feel like Mana Curve kind of wants you to play some more cheap removal. Further say, but Soren, under Grist, under Tamio, under Ajani, under Rao. Yeah, I mean, I think that Soren and Grist are the worst 2, and I think that I'm not sure if Tamio or Ajani is better. Both are very good, and Soren and Grist are a little bit more fringe. Yeah, my opinion on the cards has definitely flipped a lot, but it's still early. I think we'll go Guide of Souls into 2-drop Elegant Parlor probably. Seems like we play flute in every sideboard, bring it almost always. I'm not sure if I agree exactly on that assessment, but flute is really good and we are bringing it in a lot, so flute is a very good card. I would not be too opposed to registering a single copy in the main. I agree, it could be good. Okay, so we want to stack this first. If we hit a 3-drop, we can cast the 3 off the Amped Raptor. Shouldn't really be too many bad hits. Boom is a little bit of a worse hit now that we have had our Tide Shaper turn our Flagstones into not a land that taps for mana. That being said, I think this is probably still fine to cast. Not 100% sure, I guess. Probably should have attacked too. So plays a Tideshaper, floats a colorless, presumably meant to kick Tideshaper, and has misclicked. And I think we're getting confirmation of the of that with my opponent saying "whoops" in the chat. So let's see what we're drawing next turn. Obviously, another land would be kind of nice. Graveyard the Reliquary. And I think we attack with the Raptor, leave the Guide of Souls back. Dude, so much disrespect on Amped Raptor. Do people hate the not really recognize the first strike, huh? I think Asmo decks are well positioned to play these heavy creature decks. I really want to play a Sword Asmo deck, maybe with Raptor also. But we'll see. Not really sure. We'll also see if my opponent has Flare of Denial for me here. Seems like they don't. So I think to play around another Harbinger of the Seas, I'm gonna play Phelia this turn so I can like flicker the Harbinger of the Seas and cast another spell so I don't just kind of auto lose to that. I think Jolted Wick's pretty nice. Yeah, I think that might be right for the Asmo shell too. Mardu Asmo, maybe discarding Phlage to Cookbook could be something. Not gonna try to ambush the Tideshaper with Phelia, I think, against the Violent too. It's got one card in their hand. Yeah, I think Nikachu thought Raptor didn't have first strike, and you know, with how much shit people talk about Raptor, maybe that's why people don't like it. They don't know it has first strike. I think I'm just gonna slam a Johnny. Seems like they just can't attack into it because I'm gonna get to flip it, and they can never win, and I get to gain some life, and I can just kind of go crazy here. I think I flicker the Ajani. And then let's go and give Phelia flying. Asmo plus 6 decks. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool with roots. Playing the Eldrazi Emrakul deck today. I don't know. I mean, we're going to stream long today, and I need to play that deck in a league too. So I just don't know. We're going to get to it. I don't know if we're going to get to it yet or not. Okay, we're at 22. My opponent's at 7. They don't have any good attacks. They don't have any good blocks, so feels like a good place to be. You flicker Vial. I think it's just better to flicker a Johnny. Get an extra life, extra energy, extra cap. Okay, Mulligan, one lander. Keep this one. Let's put back the Static Prison, maybe. Obviously, I think against Gigantha, we put back Static Prison. Updated Esper Satora with Phelia. Sounds really sweet. Zero Freyleys, thank you. Something it's on my to-do list, but it's kind of like just lower on my to-do list. No, Johnny only flips if a cat dies. Flickering does not equal death. Another bridge is interesting. I think I'm going to get a little greedy and try to go for Phelia with the intention of going White Orchid Phantom, flicker it with Phelia, ramp twice. So Gigantha Domains, this is a zoo build of some kind. But maybe a little too greedy. So it seems like I should just flicker the Kavu, get in for 2. And I can try to block the Kavu and kill it with first strike damage plus the bolt. I mean, I could kill Kavu, but I think trading Phelia plus bolt for Kavu makes a lot less sense than trying to just block and first strike it to death. And it's a little weird, so I can play around a removal spell by letting first strike damage go through, or I can play around Stubborn Denial by bolting first. I think I'll just play around removal spell by trying to get the first strike damage in first. Hitting Triumph seem better. Oh, hits. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. Hitting the Triumph. You're right. Just too focused on the ramp value. Kill the Triumph and bolt. Yeah, that was certainly the line. It flames the Phelia. So play this first so we can hit Phlage or Essence Reliquary, and it's kind of bad if we hit a removal spell, but I think I'm still playing the Raptor here. We have so many good hits. Guide of Souls, pretty good hit. Only 2 energy in the pool, so we need a creature to fly some stuff, but head on mana, head on board, feeling fine. Sign of Draco with no leyline, not the biggest problem. Yeah, I guess we'll just discharge, kill the Scion. Tap the Breeding Pool, 4 cards in hand. Johnny's great draw. 2 energy, 2 life, and I can attack. Although I mean they have a removal spell here, so if they just have to kill Guide of Souls, and they're on a 2-turn clock. This is also pretty fine. Yeah, Johnny's been great. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing to add more Johnnies, but at the moment I really want to add more Johnnies. Wondering about the first couple copies of Arid Mesa be better than extra Aether Hubs. Aether Hubs are really, really important, because if you have Hub with Raptor, you can just cast on turn 2 and hit your 3s, which matters a lot. I think I wouldn't cut Aether Hubs, but I agree that Arid Mesa to help with Phlage is nice. I think you could cut like the 4th Sacred Foundry for the first Mesa, and you could cut a Henge too, maybe, but I've been liking Henge for whatever that's worth. So let's bring in the Wear Tears for their ley lines, and then Boombust is kind of bad on the draw. It'll have its moments, but I think I'm just going to go down to 1 on the draw, and then we have White Orchid Phantom to interact with their domain stuff anyways. Kind of Reliquary and Bolt for Johnny's. Maybe. That would be pretty fine. I like the Reliquary, and it's like, for me, I want to keep trying the Reliquary in the main deck, because it's just such a weird and unique card that's been performing pretty well. And it's like, and even if it isn't optimal in this list, I want to keep trying it so I can kind of understand how the card plays, and so I can understand putting it in other deck lists. So so I think for testing, it's just important to have at the main still. But I agree that it likely will not stay in the main deck forever. Yeah, I think I want to lead on Guide into a Johnny here if I can. Does the mono white build have Flowering of the White Tree? No, it could maybe play Flowering. Remember when we tested for the PT last year, there was a lot of guys on the team that were really excited for Flowering of the White Tree, and they built some really awful decks with that card. It's graveyard this, I think. Wait, they just don't have removal spell? They don't... What is their hand? I love that they have Leyline binding me. So there's an Akadal. The 5/5 Kavu. So let's get aggressive here. The discharge can give me more energy for the prison, but I think I might just want to bolt their face. I'm gonna jump this cat, so if they kill it, I get to flip my Johnny. Is Fable worth trying? I mean, yes, like, if you could play Fable in this deck, but, like, trying is a very funny word for a card that we're all, like, very, very, very familiar with, you know what I mean? Like, Fable's a good card, we could definitely play it in the deck, but I'm not like, yes, we have to Fable, this is the answer. Because the deck's been good without it, I just kind of want to be testing the new cards before I just put Fable of the Mirror Breaker in the deck. Yeah, we're talking about Pia too. I think Pia is like just not as good as a Johnny, Phelia, Phlage, Raptor, Guide of Souls, but like, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, pick your poison. Fair enough. The third Wear Tear, huh? Well, at least we have a target now. Did you go Raptor into Helix or Boros Charm? You could if those cards were in your deck. you could play Raptor and Burn. I think Raptor's probably fine burn card. They look great. Oh, I didn't know Dingo tried Pia. That's cool. So they do a cat attack and a bolt. Draw a Leyline Binding. So they're going to kill this so that if I flip my Ajani, they can just attack it. So let's maybe just not flip the Ajani. Another Ajani would be an awesome draw. Raptor would be a great draw. Phlage. Sacred Foundry, not the best. We don't need more red creatures for Ajani. I mean, it can be any red permanent, so we have the Unstable Amulets too. They loot away a Leyline. I'm taking 5 down to 17. Is Flamer good against Domain? I think it's a little too slow usually. It's not like an awful card. Guess that's fine. Probably have a Bolt. Hopefully they have a Binding. I've already used my Elegant Parlor, so the Flagstones doesn't do much besides thin my deck a bit. At least Wear Tear's got some text now. Tacky Shotgun, thank you for Twitch Prime, appreciate ya. I wonder how long they've had this Leyline Binding in their hand and have not been casting it. It kind of feels like there's been a few turns they just declined to cast. I'm not sure. Obviously playing around Wear Tear makes sense in this spot. But they're at 5, and I got a Bolt. Why no Flicker the Ajani? Maybe that was better. I felt like I just wanted to get the damage in. Sorry, I felt like I wanted to get the damage in so that I could kill them if they crack a fetch and they don't have the other blocker. I'm not sure. I feel like the damage matters so much, but maybe I just breezed through that decision point too fast. Yeah, maybe Johnny ATB was better. I think there's a good chance that's the case. Ragavan's hitting Amped Raptor. It's pretty bad for me. One of my better top decks. Could you play something like Figure of Destiny and Collector's Cage deck if a Johnny Zero is good? I don't know. That card's really bad. You could play something like it. They cast Raptor from exile, so they don't get the cast trigger. Jet Gantha with the 10. Thank you so much. So we're looking for Phlage. We're looking for Bolt, Ajani, Raptor. So I guess I'm gonna Bolt first, although they can't. They get Stubborn Denial doesn't do anything because they have to fetch Shock, which is not something they can really do. Is Raptor as good as I thought it'd be? I mean, Raptor is I think still the best card in this deck. I felt like it was the best card in the best deck during our paper playtesting. I don't necessarily feel like this is the best deck anymore, but I think Raptor is crazy good in this deck. Why do I feel like this is the best deck? So I felt that way last week because playtesting this deck in paper, it went 12-0. So I felt that that deck was the best deck last week. I don't feel that this is like for sure the best deck we've built so far, but I did feel like it was really good last week, and you need to clarify that a little bit, huh? Am I trying Bolt of Ragavan? We're playing 2 Bolt, 2 Ajani. And Ajani's been really overperforming, so I think I want to play more. Zoshu at the 18. Thank you, welcome back. Amulet's a great draw here. Guess I should have played around Phelia. Just like cast White Orchid and pass, maybe. It's kind of scary to let them attack with Phelia anyways. So they flip a Phelia, so this is probably going to be a good turn for me to just static prison the amulet. Then Phantom. Very fun to play the mirror here also. I wonder if they're... Like, I would not be surprised if my opponents made a couple changes to the list, so it'd be cool to see if they've done that. Get a basic plains, maybe mountains. That shouldn't be that different. Second Guide of Souls could be good here. I think I'm gonna graveyard it for this Phlage instead, but kind of borderline. Don't prison Amulet. I'm going to. I get to get rid of their Phelia. With the Guide of Souls, I should have a pretty steady stream of energy here. Feels like almost like clearly the correct play. I don't know. They can still cast Phelia? Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Sorry, it was clearly the wrong thing. Sorry, I even knew this, but I guess I haven't had the spot to remove that many amulets. So they still have the Phelia up. Sorry about that. So we're going to play our amulet, tap our amulet, flip over a boom. I could play boom this turn instead of playing Phlage, I guess. And save the Phlage for Phelia. Seems okay. Seems they do know that interaction. Good job, opponent. They don't have a removal spell for the Orchid Phantom, though. The Phelia can't get in that effectively. I mean, they can flick at the Phantom, I guess. One of their cards is a Guide of Souls. Oh, they're also playing a second Elegant Parlor, so they're not just playing the same 75. Yeah, you can boom off Raptor. So I imagine they're going to flicker their White Orchid Phantom. I like second Parlor, seems good. I'm just worried about it because you already have 4 Rustvale Bridges for tap lands. Like 6 tap lands is a lot of tap lands. So we get to Phlage their Phelia. We're gonna go down to 1 energy, up to 2, up to 3, so we can amulet again, I guess. So I'm just gonna play the Aether Hub and then tap this. Bolt's a pretty good one. My opponent's probably going to escape their Phlage and kill my Guide of Souls in this spot. So at the moment, it feels like what I should maybe try to do is just bolt their Phlage and Phlage their Phlage instead of casting the bolt this turn. Also over Ragavan in my deck. I mean, I think Ragavan's better, but like both cards, the problem with Ragavan is it's a 1 toughness creature that needs to hit your opponent, and like Ocelot is the same thing. It's got the same problems as Ragavan. But the effect of getting a cat seems worse than getting a treasure and a card, potentially, so... So they do use the Guide of Souls. They targeted south, but yeah, I think it's just too important to me for the get the Phlage advantage here. Pay 1. Gonna lose this next turn, but I think it's good to just still deny them the card for a turn. The ramping with the Phantom this turn instead could have been nice, because that would allow me to, like, Monumental Henge going forward a bit easier. Though I think I can still activate Henge and Phantom next turn. They have a third Phelia, which is so good against my Phlage. I mean, I guess I get to, like, kill their Phelia with the Phlage come back, but they get to get it off the field. Who do you think might be good to keep an eye on for Yogg innovation? I think a lot of people. I think Misplaced Ginger, Young Dingo are like the two like streamers that come to mind. It would have been Demonic Tutors, but he hasn't been streaming for a long time. I'll probably get around to it at some point, but you know, it's been a long time since I've been working on Yogg for content. Is it not better to play fetch lands over a couple shocks in my Phlage Escape deck? It's kind of tough because like you are already playing Flagstones, which are like fetch lands, and you need a lot of basics. But I think cutting the 4th Sacred Foundry for the first Arid Mace is fine. I don't know that I really feel comfortable cutting many more copies of any other things. I wouldn't cut 2 for 2 Arid Maces, but I think cutting 1 is fine. Okay, so we do get to kill their Phelia, which is nice. Gain 3. They're going to get their prison back. Oh, maybe not. No, I actually just want to sack the prison, so maybe I can just even escape Phlage here. Yeah, I can just escape Phlage. I can actually go Galvanic Discharge on this Guide of Souls, spend just 1 energy, and then kill it with the Phlage, maybe? Not sure if that's the best thing to do, though. Yeah, I think I'm probably just killing these 2 creatures and leaving them with this one for now. They flip another Guide of Souls. Been a really fun game. This is probably a super fun mirror match. Amulet trigger. Really hope they don't kill my Henge. So they got one new card in their hand. They have Guide of Souls under Amulet. They've got also energy to keep tapping that Amulet too. Definitely messed up a lot with the Static Prison. And the Sacred Foundry. You can find the Ruby Storm list and all the lists in the Mox field. So Amped Raptor finds another copy of Unstable Amulet. Pretty gross. Then they find a Galvanic Discharge. So this is enough to kill my Phlage. Wild turn. But that would spend all of their energy. And they'd be 1 card short of escaping their Phlage. So we get pinged down to 14. Gonna get a hit for 3 down to 11. Save me Monumental Henge. Oh, save me Amped Raptor. Maybe I'm supposed to Henge first. Not sure. There's sometimes you just hit a land, so I think it's still gonna activate on my turn. Ooh, Essence Reliquary, so nice here. It's gonna pick up Amped Raptor, gain a lot of life. Although I guess if they can escape the Phlage and kill my Raptor, it's gonna be kind of bad. Maybe I could just take the hit. If they just like draw a land this turn, I could just take a big hit and not kill any of their stuff. They drew a Boom, which unfortunately lets them escape the Phlage. That's pretty bad for me. And also losing the Henge is a problem. Maybe they'll kill the White Orchid Phantom for some reason. Don't know why they would do that. They also get 2 energy so they can Amulet again. Dude, the Boros deck is so good. I have yet to see Phlage attack. We attacked with the Phlage this game, right? Pretty sure we did. Well, they killed Guide of Souls, so now I can start bouncing Raptor, but my life total is kind of dicey here. And they've got this Phlage. The Phlage advantage. But I'm down to 9. When to fetch lands? There's not a lot of room, but you could maybe cut the 4th Sacred Foundry for the first Arid Mesa. So we found a Static Prison, which is awesome here. I think I'm also going... I'm definitely going to target the Phlage, right? And then I'm up to 4 energy, so I can tap this Amulet. I hit another Amulet. And then back up to 4 energy, tap Amulet again. We find a Discharge, which we can't quite cast here, but things are looking kind of nice. Hopefully they brick on their top deck. I like a lot of what's going on here. I can't wrap my head around this deck is good. I feel like this deck has a lot of hallmarks of decks that struggle with Modern. Yeah, you feel this way because this is a Boros Boombust deck, but like every single other card is like 2 Lightning Bolts and just a Johnny's, so it's just like the card quality is just really, really high is why the deck is good. It's not really that complicated, I guess. High card quality equal good deck. Definitely in bad shape. Well, it's going to be kind of interesting. Do they use Amulet to try to chain stuff together, or do they just use Guide of Souls? Without a Johnny's, would you play 4 bolts? I guess if you're just trying to budget, then sure. If you can attack with Raptor before bouncing with Reliquary. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I mean, their life total is really, really high, but yeah. It's like, you kind of can't evaluate this as a deck of like pre-MH3 because the deck is almost entirely MH3 cards, you know? So they're going to get in for 6. I have to chump block with the White Orchid Phantom, which in some ways is kind of a blessing because it's an extra card in the yard for Phlage, and then the Discharge is a card for Phlage, so I'm not that far away from escaping again. But the 3/4 is pretty tough. Ooh, drew an Amped Raptor for turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off, spend an energy, cast an Amped Raptor. A lot of good hits, of course. We hit a Galvanic Discharge. This is a pretty good hit. So I guess I'm going to go Guide of Souls. Trigger this stuff. Guide of Souls. I'm going to spend 4 energy to kill this one. And then cast this Galvanic Discharge, and I'm just going to spend 1 energy here, I think. Yeah, just going to spend 1 energy so I can keep energy for other stuff. But now I have enough cards to escape the Phlage, but I might as well tap this Amulet first, because if I hit a land, I can bounce something and replay, you know. Now we get to escape Phlage, kill their other White Orc, or Guide of Souls rather, go up to 6 life, and I'm just gonna bounce a Raptor also on my turn here. You have to you can only Essence Reliquary on your turn. Want to hit their Raptor? I can block their Raptor. Tell me why you think killing their Raptor is good, or do you not want to kill their 3/4 flyers here? Let's just kill 3/4 flyers, right? Yeah, the Reliquary is so good in these kind of games. Which is maybe why it should just be a sideboard card, I'm not sure. You have to. You can only do this on your turn. So it's not sorcery speed, but you can only activate this on your turn. But you can activate it on your turn at instant speed. So they boom. Get in for 2. Spend energy. And then we're just gonna play Raptor. I'm okay if I hit my last Phlage and just get the energy. In fact, I maybe just need to be getting energy instead. Yeah, I'm just not gonna cast Boom. Or Bust. Not that I could cast Bust, I guess. We'll bounce the Reliquary, the Raptor. Replay Raptor. Another Raptor, 2 more energy, so... And also 2 damage off the amulets. So I'm going to have 4 energy, which means I can tap this amulet kind of comfortably. I hit another amulet, but let's save that for next turn. And then play this White Orchid Phantom to block... I guess I'm going to kill their White Orchid Phantom with my Phlage. We get to bounce the land tapped and attacked anyways, I guess, but we also get to like just cast an extra Raptor next turn is probably better. Because when you cast a Raptor, you just get an extra spell, which is in these kind of top deck games, extra spell just is so crazy. Successfully attacked with Phlage, if I had not earlier. Okay, so we won game 1 in the mirror. I'm going to board out, I think, maybe all the booms. They're probably going to bring in their own hearses. I think 1 Wear Tear that can kill, like, static... Oh, killing Static Prison's actually pretty good. I'm going to be able to kill their hearses. We're going to trim a Static Prison. They're kind of the same thoughts. Seems okay. How's Johnny 2 in the last game? Did we play a Johnny last game? Johnny's been very good this league.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Okay. Mulligan to 6. Keep our 6, and then back Phlage, probably? We'll find a Phlage later. Alright, so I was thinking if we drew untap land, we'd lead on Guide of Souls here. Well, maybe I should play Phelia so that my Amped Raptor... No, I'm just definitely playing Phelia. Because I want to be able for removal spells to potentially be live hits. Seems like killing this maybe taxes their Static Prison enough for it to be the right play this turn. Not convinced. Containment Priest. So they're trying to, win the Phelia fights. Kind of interesting. Maybe this is good for me if they don't have a hearse. So I just hit another Amped Raptor, but at least I have a lot of energy and a big first striking wall here. I might get that Guide of Souls back. We'll see. Oh, Guide of Souls and Containment Priest plus Guide of Souls. Oh, wow, that's good. Okay, so wasn't exact. Although my Phelia may be really good against their Containment Priests. They grab a Phelia, but I'll be able to maybe get the Phelia advantage. Probably should have attacked with a Raptor. They find another Guide of Souls, and they have a land to go Guide of Souls plus Phelia. Yeah, we mulligan. Seems like I maybe want to go up an extra Wear Tear to like break up Static Prison plus Containment Priest a little bit more. Obviously not sure. So I need to exile their Raptor so they don't have good blocks. Oh, sorry, I should have also certainly left one of the Raptors back for their Phelia. Although they could just flying the Phelia, so maybe not actually. And so they're going to Phelia my Phelia and have it be exiled to the Containment Priest, and then I'm gonna try to Phelia their Phelia. Sadly, they'll just trade off with Priest. I think that's okay, but I don't think that they wanted to do that, right? Because they they want to do their thing. Yeah, Priest is symmetrical. So we got to yeet their Raptor away. And then they're gonna dog my dog. Hopefully they put the counters on their dog, which is I think what they want to do to get it out of burn range, but they instead maybe want to just Unstable Amulet me. Yeah, this mirror looks really fun. Or has been really fun so far. Aether Hub. Another Recruiter of the Guard. I feel like they should just get a Raptor, but maybe they want to get another Phelia to play around me having another Phelia. They do get another Phelia, which is pretty good. Reliquary being a little too mana intensive. I think I should just hit the Guide of Souls. I think I just want to bounce this back to my hand. Oh, look, he says Phelia. The thing is, I have to bounce it on my turn, so I can't like bounce it. I bounce whenever they attack in response to the trigger. Yeah, untap land would have been really nice, for sure. Static Prison. So let's go ahead and crew the hearse here. Their hand is Phelia Mystery card. I'm going to try and Containment Priest exile components creatures Phelia. We did play test that, and I feel like it wasn't super good. It was kind of awkward sometimes when you had Priest and you wanted to flicker your own stuff, but it's interesting. Kind of bad in the Phelia mirrors too, it seems. So they go after my Raptor, and I will block, and then grow. And so their hand is Phelia Mystery card. So killing the Static Prison doesn't do anything since my opponent has a Containment Priest in play. Shiny Dronti? Tier 1 for 6 months in advance. Thank you so much. We're doing well. What happens if you flicker Priest? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It just comes back at a turn, right? So notably, they can exile my hearse here, but the hearse doesn't get exiled by the Containment Priest, which is nice. But it does get like reshrunk. Yeah, lands you exile to Raptor stay exiled. So no attacks. Makes sense. I can just bounce this back into my hand if I need to. It's in a weird spot. Yeah, don't have a good attack, so just bounce it back. My still has high Boros energy. I mean, we're winning the mirror at the moment. I think this deck's been feeling pretty good. I've been liking it a little bit more since we got the Ragavans. Why not attack then bounce? You didn't want to attack first? Oh. Sorry. I just missed the line. But yeah, well, I definitely should have done that, and hopefully we can do that next turn. Or this turn. Sorry. Cool line. For some reason, my brain is still thinking this is sorcery speed, but it isn't. So they do have a hearse. Too bad they didn't play the hearse first, and I could have fused. Yeah, it's not on sorcery speed. It's just on my turn, so we'll get rid of their Phelia. We are gonna have a dog, which is nice. Love to have a dog. It's a fun line. Reliquary has been really, really good. I don't know. I think the first copy is correct. They can't get it with the White Orchid Phantom because it's flying. They probably should have attacked with it this last turn. We can't really activate the hearse here since we need to be able to block with our hearse, though. They just draw a land. Also need to be thinking about the clock because this is just game 2. If I can just be ahead on the clock, it's going to be a big deal for game 3. Then we'll see if they want to tap their hearse. So, yeah, I don't want them to trade here. I could have Guide of Souls and jumped the Phelia, but I kind of think I'm interested in like the extra life, extra energy instead. And here I think I hearse to counter their hearse. Okay, they just don't tap it. It's fine. Two can play at this game. Yeah, I think Containment Priest is a little bit risky to play in the mirror match, you know what I mean? It's like you're playing all the same cards, so you're just kind of like you want your opponent to be the one to cast it, I think, and then you can just take advantage of it. I don't know. Won the mirror though. 3060. Let's get a trophy prediction going, although maybe a little presumptuous. Alright, gonna keep this. On the play against Giganta. Has Ruberstorm look like the most powerful deck so far? I think it's been my if I had to play a tournament tomorrow, I think I would play this, and then with Boros probably being close second, and the Nightmare deck's probably a little too soft to Graveyard Hate to want to just play it in an unknown field. Nice. 2 mana 2/2. Flying first strike. Farseek. Surveil 1. Pretty good. Yeah, it could be up against Ruby Storm. Could be Prowess also. Guess they could, in theory, have a Spell Pierce here. 5 lands in play in your Boros deck on turn 3, and you Stone Rain your opponent. That is my last. Is it any basic? Yeah, basic. So. Oh, sorry. This, for some reason, I only saw one here. Okay. So no more of that, I guess. Where am I supposed to hit or activate Henge over anything else? Not sure. I think I should save the bolt for Ral for now. And then if it becomes like clear they don't have a Ral, should do that. But I agree that it seems like they're on Ruby Storm. Nice. Is Essence really the truth for one of value play? I think it's been. I've really just not had many bad experiences with it. It's not super good here, I guess, but it just. I think the first copy is just worth playing. Just has so much utility, and it's just been pretty good. Need a bolt in response to the Ral trigger. With Flood Moon being card as a world, you should put on second basic mountain. I don't know. That card has just seemed like super overrated, to be honest, at the moment. So they graveyard a Ruby Medallion, and then they're going to put these in the graveyard, but they're going to get spawns in exchange. So kind of scared of a Past in Flames with all this extra mana. So why don't we just... Okay, so I guess I'm going to make a very, very fancy play here of busting with the trigger on the stack. I can bounce my Elegant Parlor to save it. Almost too fancy for my own good here. Almost. Johnny seems better than the average draw. And then let's leave these phantoms back to chomp up this channeler here. Go with the Kind of Souls. That was like one of the fanciest plays I've ever made. I can even just keep picking up the Parlor to surveil every turn. Why trigger on stack? Why trigger on stack? I don't even know what we're asking. Why trigger on stack? I don't know, brother. That might be between you and Clothis, you know what I mean? You could have floated too? Oh, whatever. Let me have something, chat, please. So my opponent is dead if I'm not dead, probably. Would we still die to Ritual Past in Flames? Yeah, there's like a pretty good chance we do. I mean, the Ruby Storm deck is just so resilient. Come on, coin flips. Okay, Reckless Impulse is great because I think Past in Flames would have already been cast. So Ral gets flipped. Impulse into Ritual Impulse. Pluses the Ral. Impulses into Ruby Medallion, Arid Meso. So what that mystery card is, card draw spell or Past in Flames, they can continue. Otherwise, they're toasted, and it seems like it probably is because they're playing more stuff. Probably Past in Flames. Super dead. Dude, Ruby Storm is so good. So we're going to bring in the hearses, and then we have Static Prison for... I like that I can get, Ruby Medallion or Ral. Flute is kind of interesting. As like... I don't know, it's... Figuring out what to name is kind of weird with it. I think that the Phlages are pretty bad. I'm going to board out the Essence Reliquary. Let's try the Flutes. This is where it's good at instant speed. I mean, it's only good against the Medallion. But we also have 3 answers to it, so I think it's just kind of fine. Really thought we were going to win after we busted. Got to keep this on 6, but thankfully Hearse is really good. Opponent's on 7. Jolted Awake in some number better than Ragavan's. Ragavan has been cut from the deck already. I think I'd rather play Bolt or Johnny over Jolted Awake, but Jolted Awake is not bad. But Jolted Awake is also not good, it seems. Yeah, we could play Damping Sphere in the sideboard pretty easily. Seems like if Ruby Storm is just, just that deck, seems like a good thing to be doing. Gotta kill Ral. I'm just gonna be mana efficient and play second Hearse. 2 Hearses are pretty nice in this matchup too. They're just, gonna be chomping up those graveyards. Is Damping Sphere or Deafening Silence better? Damping Sphere is more versatile because it's also good against Titan, which is kind of something we care about anyways. So good to go. Guide of Souls into Guide of Souls and start the energy train chugging. If they get Delirium, we can maybe crew Hearse and then turn off Delirium with the other one and block the Channeler. Or I guess just block with the Guide of Souls. Not the most likely, I guess. Second Rao, 4 cards in hand. Feeling super dead. Sigil seems good with Guide of Souls trigger. I think you kind of mediocre otherwise, but you could play Sentinel. In Control, is Damping Sphere better than Crumble? I mean, it's better than Crumble, but Crumble is just not very good. Like, I would play Alpine Moon over Crumble, maybe. Play Spreading Seas over either of these. Could play the new Harbinger. But, like, Crumble's, like, not even good against Amulet Titan. You're getting pretty close to just flipping Ral and -8ing, which is probably not going to be a super winnable position. Well, so hopefully they can brick a little bit on these Rin's resolves, but they've been surveilling a lot, so it's a little bit tougher too. They graveyard a Past in Flames. They flip a Rin's resolve and a Ral. They activate Amulet. They flip a Glimpse, which they need a mana to cast. So they play Rin's Resolve from hand instead of from exile, which is interesting. Probably not super correct, to be honest. They flip Ral, and fortunately for us, it can't ultimate right now. Yeah, you could play Sanctifier. Sanctifier is awkward with Phlage, but maybe it's just not that big a deal, right? So it seems like they kill a Guide of Souls. So I'm going to target Ruby Medallion, Past in Flames. Chomp the Channeler. Then we'll get Ritual Manamorphose from the yard. Really not in very good shape. Ruby Storm's just such a good deck. Ral has so much loyalty too. Phelia is like better than the average top deck, but still not a super good draw. Probably have to keep it. Are Cleansing Wildfires in the border list? So you could cut the Cleansing Wildfires, yeah. I don't know. It's like there's just no metagame, so it's just hard to pick apart the sideboard too much. Phelia can reset Ral. Yeah, I mean, mostly I like Phelia because she can maybe just crew Hearse and then attack the Ral, but they are also like they're gonna play like second Ral here, maybe into Glimpse. Oh, there's an Empty the Warrens. Getting clapped by Ruby Storm. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're playing the 75 we've been playing, so I don't feel too bad about it. But Ruby Storm is very good. We've been playing a lot of it too. It has been an incredibly good deck. Needing a brick on rituals. There's a channeler. So if they don't have any more rituals now, they can Reckless Impulse. But if they do that, they maybe are not going to be able to empty the Warrens this turn. Why is Passive Flames better than Breach? It's a lot better with the DRC Surveil plan, I think. And it's just kind of simply put, like if you don't have DRC, like Breach is kind of bad a lot of the time. Kind of bad, not like definitely bad. I don't think you should play Thalia, probably. It's probably better to have Damping Sphere, I would think. I can't really beat 14 goblins. Yeah, it seems like we should maybe have some more sideboard cards for the Ruby Storm matchup. But Ruby Storm has been just good too. Okay, so not trophying this league. Let's get a 4-1 prediction. What was the reason for Ragavan cut? It was the worst card in the deck by a lot. Super underperforming. Boarded it out in like most matchups. Just I wouldn't say Draneth is just better. Oh, sorry, Draneth stops the exile casting. Yeah, maybe Draneth is just better. But Damping Sphere it's also good against Tron. It's probably just enough splash damage to want to play it like this. Is Magebane Lizard too narrow? In this Ruby Storm deck or this deck, someone suggested playing that in Ruby Storm. I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm not necessarily sold on it though. Very interested to see what their Yogg list looks like. Do you need the Tron hate? I mean, maybe. Like, there's a lot of like Eldrazi decks and stuff, I would think. But it's just kind of nice to have the extra Titan hate, and if it's better against Tron, I ain't complaining. Wouldn't Magebane kill you? No. Yeah, Magistrate's maybe that card. Magistrate also dies to bolts and stuff. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different card. Magebane Lizard. I'm thinking of the Convoke. Non-creature spells you cast from exile have Convoke. Let's see if they attack. So they've already used both Wall of Roots. So right now they can only cord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 2. John Doe, think of the Twitch Prime. Maybe I should have done this on Instep. But I'm also going to kill a Wall of Roots here, I think. I've tested Ugin's Labyrinth in paper, but not on Magic Online yet. Never feels super good to just boom your own land, but I think we have to here. Lancer, Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. Oh, come on. Teasing me with that block. I think I have to bolt this Wall of Roots and continue the Mana Denial. It's also just so obvious they have Cord. So making Cord a lot worse seems correct too. If they Cord for 1 here, I think that's okay. I think I'm tapping the Hinge for cards here. Or sorry, the Amulet for cards rather than just getting it with the Guide of Souls. When you played Storm, play Narcomancer's side. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I was playing it in the side so that you can board them in against like non-interactive matchups to go faster. And I've been liking them. I don't know if you want 2, or I think you want the first one, but I'm not sure about the second one. Okay, so they get Wall of Roots going. Okay, taking 3 down to 12. Guess I should play planes and then boom my own planes. Go after their black mana since they seem to be choked on black potentially. They would love to find a 2-drop, and big chunk of our deck is 2-drops. Including that one, which is can also cast. Oh, sorry, this is just gonna give me the energy, but it'll give me 3 energy, so I could either choose to save this for the amulet, or I could choose to get in with Guide of Souls. But I think I should just save it for the amulet since I need to keep the ball rolling a little bit. But if you cast Raptor off amulet, you don't get the free spell. But you do get the energy, and that just pays for amulet activation next turn. We haven't played Sorin Necro today. We'll probably get to that after this league. Although I might want to do another league of Boros because I want to change the sideboard some. And Boros has been pretty appealing, and we'll see. I might not finish second league with Boros. So they exile their Blood Eaters. Also, notably, their Blood Eaters being gone means comboing is going to be not super doable for them. Yeah, you could play more Flare. Sounds kind of nice in the Blue Moon list. Also, just trying to figure out flares seems like something you should be trying to do in general. Another one. Too bad I didn't draw any of my indestructible lands this game. I think we'll just not target anything. Could target a Sacred Foundry and then thin the deck a little bit. If I draw a land, I get to go like Essence Reliquary, Bounce Raptor, deal 2 off the casting Reliquary, 2 more off the Raptor cast, and we get attack for 2. There is only 1 other creature in a graveyard at the moment. I guess they're gonna chord for 2 or 3 here though. I mean, you can post Moxfield Links. I just won't necessarily take a look. I guess if I draw a 2-drop, I can maybe like cast Reliquary, bounce land, replay land, play 2-drop also. They get Hapatra. So can they can probably chord for Yogg here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6. So they need a land to be able to chord for Yogg. Or I guess they can just turn their Hapatra into a Wall of Roots and chord for Yogg this way. This is the first one to put Beanstalk with Cascaders. I think I was the first one to play Beanstalk with Cascaders where Beanstalk was the only hit. I saw a few other people playing like Crashing Footfalls, and but I don't think I ever really saw people play, or I didn't see people play it with only Beanstalk before. Yeah, let's take a look at the Is It Moonlight while our opponent's tanking. Kind of want the 4th Tamio, but hey, I feel like I definitely want the 4th Tamio. Seems better than at least the 4th Snapcaster. Looks kind of nice. I'm not super sold on Watcher, but I think Watcher is probably good enough in your Flame of Venor Flare of Denial deck. Would definitely not play Wizard's Lightning. I would not ever put this card in my Modern deck. I would just play Flame Slashes or Galvanic Discharge. I would never play Wizard's Lightning. Riptide Lab looks really fun. So, what happened? My opponent, I think, is getting Wall of Roots bugged and not able to chord for 4. The 2 Ajani's have been good. I think I want to try to find a room for a 3rd. Thing is, the Reliquary has also been really good, so I'm not sure what you would cut. Maybe you could cut the 3rd Static Prison. I same thought with Wizard's Lightning. You should just never ever put that in your Modern deck. It's just there's just too many good red 1-mana spells. So they chord for 3 because of the thing with the Wall of Roots bug is you can't make a mana and tap it for a mana if it's like the last point of toughness. So there's a Grist. Pretty interesting. I'd love to draw a land here. Untap land. I drew a 2-drop, so I guess we're gonna stick to this plan of just going cast Essence Reliquary, and then I'm going to pick up the plane so I can just play my 2. And then let's just go ahead and get that 3rd energy and get something jumped up. So I just jumped the Raptor. I guess jumping Raptor is a little awkward because I want to be able to bounce the Raptor next turn. Maybe it's not that big a deal because I can just attack and then bounce post combat. Seems correct. So they're at 8 life, killing Grist. We get to bounce Raptor, replay Raptor, which is 2 damage off the Unstable Amulets at least. They do get to Cauldron Grist, which can go crazy. I guess, was I just not supposed to kill Grist and put them to 4? Yeah, I think I was definitely supposed to ignore Grist. Oops. So we'll see if they have a 3rd Court of Calling, we're getting pretty toasted. That's okay, maybe we should have been toasted anyways. Adding Questing Druid to Ruby Storm. What's pretty bad with the Past in Flames plan, and Past in Flames has been pretty good. I've also been liking Glimpse a good amount, so I'm not like really dying to cut the glimpses. They dead in there to Guide of Souls. They can gain life off the ooze. So not quite. Guess maybe I should have flickered the prison and then replayed it so I could just get 2 counters. But I can also get 2. I just get 2 damage by bouncing the Raptor. And it seems there are no more creatures in graveyards, so it seems like bounce Raptor, replay Raptor is a win. They're dead if you bounce Amulet. Well, if I bounce Amulet, I don't. This is how I guarantee casting a spell from exile. Boom. Okay, up a game against Yogg. 4-1 match. I got some flutes. Any flute players in the chat? So this is normally where we would just board out our Ragavans, but we don't have the Ragavans anymore. I think I want to go down on a White Orchid Phantom. I don't know if I want to board out their Essence Reliquary. Crush is so good. I'll just go down a White Orchid Phantom and down a couple of Johnny. Wake, 11 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Is Ragavan wholly unplayable, even in interaction heavy decks like Murktide? So about when it comes to Murktide, I would rather play 4 DRC, 4 Tamio, and 4 Murktide before I included the first copy of Ragavan. And you can play up to 16 creatures in Murktide, but you usually want like between 12 to 14. So I'm just not even convinced like you want to. You could also just splash a color and you could play like Psychic Frog, which has been really good. No hearse. It could maybe place. Maybe should have at least the first hearse. Sorry, it's not super good against them, but I think it's good enough to have probably 2. How did the Birthing Ritual deck do? We had some really sweet games. Fanatic of Ronus seemed really strong. I want to try Fanatic of Ronus and then Eldrazi Shell. Seems like that could be pretty good. Any interested in Legacy in the near future? I'm assuming we're going to keep playing Modern until the Pioneer RC. I mean, I've just been like a Modern brewer for the last 5 years, and it's very hard for me to brew in Legacy because I don't play Legacy. Like it's really best to brew in formats that you're very familiar with, and I at one time was a very familiar Legacy player, but it's been a long time since I've been a Legacy gamer. So just kind of got to stick where I'm a bit more comfortable for now. Okay, so we got 3 cards there. Jam the Raptor.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Would you like some?
Sure. I don't know. Can you pick? I'm just gonna bounce the Raptor now. The plan is to play 3-4 Tamio, 4 Darcy, 2-3 Murktides, 3 Monkey. I just feel like the extra Murktides are probably a lot better than the extra Ragavans, but you can also sideboard Ragavan and board it in against Tron and Living End. You know, you don't have to main deck the card either. So I think we'll go Discharge on the Arbor. Replay Raptor. I might just Raptor twice next turn. So tap it now, so I have the ability to potentially Raptor twice next turn. What do you think about Phlage? I like Phlage. We have the card in this deck. I think it is a playable card. Does the map have potential? I don't know, but I don't know what the map means in this context. But Phlage is a good card, I think. We play Grist. Mills another Grist, gets 2 insects, pretty nice for them. Is also so bad we don't play it anymore. We never had Ocelot Pride in this deck. I think it is not correct to play in this deck. But we've also never played it in this deck. We had a Boom, which I guess I'm going to use. And then bounce my own planes. And then probably good to Phelia here, right? We haven't tested Fable and Boring Energy. With Peace and Love to the Fable suggestors, you're not wrong that Fable is a good card and you could definitely play it in this deck, but I'm just not that interested in playing Fable in the deck because I know how good Fable is. I want to be playtesting the new cards for now. What changes would make the deck if I weren't playtesting MH cards would make it optimal? See, this question, like, I can't answer the question because I need to playtest the MH3 cards first to figure out the numbers. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't have that answer for you. Johnny is in the deck, but I don't think this deck is very far away from optimal. I think there's a good chance Fable of the Mirror Breaker isn't like super correct to play. There's a chance that it is correct to play, but it's just not not that interesting either way, to be honest. Like, you just don't want to play that many 3-drops in your Amped Raptor deck. And goodbye, Raptor. Yeah, I'm planning on flickering the Cauldron there to stop the Grist shenanigans at least. We have to go in game 3 too. We played Grist earlier today. I mean, the card is like okay. Can they court for Yogg here? I think they can. Let's probably just go to game 3. Bring a couple hearses on the play. I think 2 is probably the right number. Maybe just go down to 1 Phantom. Seems like Phelia and Phantom are insane in combo, but spread thin on how many big plans you have. Why not build a more committed shell to the Phantom and Phelia? It seems busted. I see you are saying a lot of buzzwords in the chat, but what you're saying seems kind of nonsensical to me. Both Phelia and Phantom are very good in this deck, and I have no idea what you mean by building more of a combo. Just kind of like, I think you have an idea for some other shell, like you just want to play Death and Taxes with Ephemerates, and yeah. but I don't know. Oh, I missed the word D&T. Seems busted. Please go play Death and Taxes, but you don't need to just try to buzzword your way into me playing your pet deck. Is Boombust good in this matchup? I think it's good enough. Like you want to like try to kill their mana dorks, and so like they kind of helps the mana denial plan. And they've got like 4 drops in their deck, so Light Destruction can be kind of nice. Was that they were doing? Jesus Christ, maybe they're making honest suggestion looking for discussion. Seemed like what they were doing, yeah. But yes, they were absolutely buzzword essaying Spike, please play Death and Taxes, my pet deck, is what it is. But it's also like not that serious. Like you were like, Jesus Christ, maybe making honest suggesting, looking for suggestion. Like it's not that serious either. Like you know. Not really, bro. Okay. Well, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not gonna play Death in Texas anytime soon. Or when I play a white base deck, I don't know that you'll even consider it Death in Texas. But I also get like a lot of essays from people about, please play my pet deck. So it is what it is. So Flute's very nice here. If they cast Grist, I can just name Grist in response. I can name Yogg if they don't. And also, again, with Peace and Love, going like, Spike, why not play completely different archetype instead of your deck? It will just basically never be a helpful suggestion. If this is your suggestion, why not play completely different archetype from one you've been building and working on for like 2 weeks? I get to tease you. I get to tease you if that's your suggestion. Chat at risk of being teased. Ragnar with the Twitch Prime. Thank you for 25. Okay, we're singing. I'll sing whatever I surveil. Top or bottom here. Sacred Foundry. And then why don't we go ahead and just main phase Galvanic Discharge the Bowmaster to make Chord Calling a little bit worse. Mr. a Saga in the Boros deck. It's kind of tough with some of your casting requirements. I don't know. I'm usually not someone who just likes to like play Saga and all just random decks like this too. But I don't think it would be awful. Could target myself so the hearse is bigger. Probably better to leave cards in the yard for Phlage. I think we'll start off with the Amulet here. I'm okay using Bolt and Discharge to kill the Yogg, and then I can even use the extra energy on other stuff. Or now I can just play this, and then I almost want to just save the 2 energy anyways. Yeah, because I'm kind of like out of juice, so storing the energy for next turn seems kind of nice. And I think it's just better for me to be keeping the ball rolling with the amulets rather than jumping my Guide of Souls here. So, got 3 targets for this Haywire Mite. They go after my Flute. Why Hearse's Graveyard Hate? So we're a Phlage deck, so it's kind of nice to have like 2-drop that they hit 2 Grist again. Or they Grist again. It's nice to have a 2-drop that you can hit off Raptor. It doesn't mess with your Phlages, which is kind of, and like I think Hearse is the best one. You could do a different split too. So I guess I'm going to leave this Hearse untapped forever to counter the Cauldron, although they can just kind of go end of turn tap, which is not ideal. I've been liking Guide of Souls, yeah. Don't love the bolt here. Don't mind second Hearse because it helps me contain the Cauldron a lot better. Problem is this Grist is gonna get to keep going. Can't even really attack. They have another Yogg. Unlucky, only one token. Yeah, I actually don't know if you can tap a creature for Chord and then also sack it to tower. Good question. Probably pretty dead here. Could have killed Grist with Bolt and Jump Guide. Yeah, but I just feel like we kind of needed to keep the chain going together a little bit, but maybe you're right. Does feel like we're pretty behind at the moment. Yeah, Wrath of the Skies as a sideboard card is interesting. I feel like the Wrath is going to be better in different style decks for the most part, but you could definitely choose to play it. Tap the Hearses in a turn. We tap one Hearse. We can't let them Cauldron in response to the other activation. I think I just want one big one. And I've drawn a Flagstones. So we're pretty dead. Don't even have second Parlor to try to surveil a Phlage into the yard. I don't think I wouldn't play Aether Vial. I think you just bad top deck, bad hit off Raptor, bad with Raptor. You already have ramp with the White Orchids. I'll take a draw step. What's the best draw? Is it Phlage? Don't love that that's probably the best draw. I don't know, it deals my opponent 7. Oh, sorry, I forgot the Hearse. This is just the previous version with no Ragavans. I mean, we're several, like 5-ish cards different. Also, sideboard's a little different. Yeah, no Ragavans. So it might actually just be right for me to bolt my opponent now, so that if I do top deck Phlage, I can just go Phlage, escape, and then my opponent is at a pretty low life total. I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna be really killing any creatures here, unless I draw like Static Prison, I guess. Interesting. I guess I'm in. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so 3-0 to 3-2. I think for the second time with Boros, but let's do one more just because I feel like the list is running pretty nice, and I think the sideboard can be updated.